Okay, I'm going to call this meeting of the Lawndale City Council to order. I'm going to ask the city clerk to give us the roll call.
Okay, good evening. Mayor Pro Tem Cuevas,
Present.
Councilmember Suarez,
Present.
Councilmember Talavera,
Present.
Councilmember Kearney,
Here.
Mayor Poland Miles.
Here.
All members are present.
Okay, next we will have our ceremonial portion, our flag salute, which would be led by Mayor Pro Tem Cuevas, followed by our word of inspiration led by Pastor George Magalini.
Please stand. Face the flag, right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, Council, and staff, and everyone else. I have a scripture and a short prayer tonight. The scripture is from 3 John, and it's the Apostle John, and he says this, it's the heart of God. Beloved, I pray above all things that you may prosper and be in health even as your soul prospers. Let's pray. Father God, we acknowledge you this evening and thank you for your presence and your utmost grace upon this city, Lord, and upon every citizen. And we do receive that promise for health and prosperity, Lord, for this new year. We thank you for bringing us into a new year, Lord, and all the hope that you give us, that you will continue to bless and protect and provide. We bring everyone before you tonight, Lord, including our seniors. Ask that you would bless their health, provide for them. We thank you for the children of our community, Lord. Pray that you protect them in every aspect of their life. We thank you for your servants tonight that you've handpicked for this season, Lord. Pray that you bless them with wisdom. May your grace be dispensed, Lord God. May decisions be made tonight that honor you and indeed benefit the people of Lawndale. I personally pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. Let's hear from Lieutenant Osborne from the LA County Sheriff's Department.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and esteemed members of the City Council and members of the community. I'm Ricky Osborne, the Lieutenant of Lawndale, and I will be presenting the Public Safety Report for December 15th through January 5th, 2026. I will begin by discussing our notable arrests. On December 27, 2025, at approximately 2300 hours, Deputy Arbizo was alerted to an Alper hit a stolen vehicle. Deputy Arbizo located the stolen vehicle at Rosecrans and Prairie Avenue. She detained a male Hispanic adult who was the sole occupant of the vehicle. He was charged with felony driving a vehicle without owner's consent, and he was not a resident of Lawndale. For the rating period, our drug arrest stats were during the reporting period, Lawndale deputies made 20 misdemeanor narcotics arrests for possession of various types of narcotics and possession of drug paraphernalia. During the same period, regarding our traffic-related incidents, motorcycle traffic enforcement deputy Morales issued 7 citations during the reporting period for various vehicle code violations, such as failure to stop at stop signs, failure to stop at a red traffic light, and speeding. And lastly, I wanted to invite everyone out to our next Neighborhood Watch meeting. Will be Wednesday, January 14th, starting at 6 p.m. Come out and enjoy some time with your local deputies and the community members. This concludes my report, and I will be happy to answer any questions the council may have of me.
Thank you for that report. Are there any questions of the lieutenant's report? Thank you, Lieutenant. Okay, I don't see the fire department's here, so we'll skip the fire department's report, and we'll go to oral communications. Oral communications, when you have opportunity, is when you will have the opportunity to speak to this body on items that are not on the agenda. If you'd like to do so, if you line up by the flag, when it becomes your turn, just simply approach the podium. If you would begin with your name, that'd be appreciated. At 2.5 minutes, the amber light will come on either screens to give you the signal to start wrapping things up. You don't have to wait for your name to be called on. Yes, ma'am.
Dina, Lawndale resident. Just two quick things. The last time I was here, Sean was still here, and this is what he did for me as he sat here at the last meeting. When I reported a big glass door or whatever broken on a sidewalk, I drove here that night for the meeting and got the address. By the time I went home, that was taken care of, and that was because of Sean. I got word that he handled it sitting right there, and that was the last of something that he did as a city manager, which I know we're not going to get any city manager that acts like that, takes care of the residents, has an open door policy. I've watched city managers come and go. They wouldn't even take a meeting with me when I was having some issues with the city. But Sean always had the open door, and you were able to go in and sit down. On another note, I was just wondering, I have a question. Why does it take so long to get a refund back when you had to put up $2,500 to fight a firework ticket? So you get your firework ticket in July, you have 10 days, I believe, to send the money in, which they did. Then they get a hearing in mid-September, which they actually won. Do you know it took till late December to get reimbursed $2,500, which they could have used? They didn't get the route or go the route of hardship or, lower the cost or anything like that. But to hold $2,500 until December, from July to December, I find that very wrong. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Good evening, everybody. The place looks great. Everyone here looks young with this lighting. Good evening. My name is Juan. I'm a resident of Lawndale, California. And I'm here to tell you guys a short little story of what took place today or what happened today. I'm supposed to be doing the piping for my home, and I found out the hard way that a water softener that I installed was improperly installed. So I came here to see if the people who actually installed it took the right permits out. However, I found out that the permit was taken out, but it was never, I forgot what they mentioned was done to it. So I asked if that was correct, and they were like, well, it was just not improper, it was improperly handled. It was supposed to have been closed. Did somebody go to your home? I mentioned that people did come to my home, that they didn't see the actual work that was done, and that was it. Since it's already been a year, since it already has been a year, I can't do anything about it. So I'm out $20,000, and I don't know what to do about this. And the man said that I had to take care of that somehow because he wasn't going to touch anything that was associated with that water softener. That he could do the repiping, but not that, because that he felt that it was still under warranty, and that I had to take care of that before he can do anything. But again, this was through the city, and I was standing there with those people, with the contractor and the city official that came, but it wasn't anybody from Lawndale, California. I mean, from the city of Lawndale. It wasn't anybody. But the person did say that he was a city official, but he never said from where. Obviously, I already know all the officials that work here, so I already know who goes where and what they do. But the person that came that day to see supposedly came to see the install because they never saw the install, did not see the install. I did not know the person. The only question that this person did ask after he was done speaking to the contractor about was that if I had smoke alarms. I said, yes, sir, I do. There's smoke and carbon. That was it. Today, I'm finding out that if I don't do anything about that, that my system will be, in a couple of years more, will just collapse, and that's it. I'm out $20,000. Is there something I did wrong other than trust them? That's what I would like to know. Thank you. Happy New Year. Everybody looks fabulous once again. God bless all of you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Meryl Stansberry. I was not planning on talking tonight, but I wanted to piggyback on our relationship with Sean Moore. My husband and I live behind Sprouts. And although we're very appreciative that Sprouts has come in, we've had a lot of problems with truck deliveries and not honoring the times that the delivery trucks come. We are working individuals and need good night's sleeps. Sorry, thank you. So Sean was incredibly positive and easy to work with. When we had a noise complaint, you know, trucks show up at 6:30, they show up at 6 in the morning, they're loud, they're beeping. He was very responsive to those and helped us work through that. Currently, we've been in communication with him regarding the Boulevard Flower Mart. At 4 in the morning, the trucks are beeping again. So we're asking, as a city, as a community, we're happy for the positive changes, and we love the good work that you guys are doing, but we want to respect that we are working people and need our rest, for those businesses to honor. Sprouts has been very receptive. They are now honoring the 7 o'clock delivery, but it was a lot of pushback from, you guys did a great job with that, and now we're hoping for that same response from the Boulevard Flower Market, just to honor the times that you guys have already set for businesses to do their business, to respect the residents. Because that Buren Ave it's a residential street, even though we're behind the businesses. But thank you, and we are also looking for a really positive replacement to Sean. He was a really wonderful addition to your team that had a good relationship, and so we hope you guys make a good decision with that as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak to this body? Seeing none, let's bring it up back to diocese. Let's start with Mr. Pat Kearney.
It's so strange being over here. I want to thank everybody who came out tonight, the 3 individuals who spoke, and everybody out there in TV land. Dina, I'll speak the first one, the fireworks refund. City manager, take off the city manager hat and put on your most of a services hat.
Yes, good evening.
Why did it take from August to December or November to get their fund?
Sure, and I was going to say, respectfully, Dean, I can look into that. The refund was issued, or I'm sorry, the payment was issued in $2,500 after the site was issued in July. Obviously, they can't issue the rebate until the results of the administrative hearing are done. I think you said that was in November, so November, December, or when was the hearing? I'm sorry. Okay, so September, yeah. So clearly, they couldn't give you the refund until after the hearing was done, but I can look into the delay from September to December. That does seem like an awfully long time. So I can get an answer on that, and I'll let the council be aware.
Okay, Juan, the water softener, it sounds like, where'd he go? Okay, anyway, it sounds like we had an LA County individual out there, not a city representative. Because I know when I had my roof done, we had a county guy come out and try to inspect it, told me I had to tear my roof down. He had to see how many layers underneath. And I told him to beat sand because I wasn't doing that. And he also asked me about the smoke detectors and the carbon monoxide thing. So I believe it was LA County inspector. We don't have anybody here from planning, so I can't really speak on it. So now put your other hat back on, Michael, and your city manager. Could you find out about that, please?
Absolutely, I can find out. I will speak to Juan, and that does sound like a county official, not a city official. That does sound like a planning and building department concern, not a code case, but I can look into it.
And then the third thing from the young family said in the back about the Lawndale florist, I think we spoke about that today, city manager, that we had noise complaints, not just from this family, but other families. And I believe, that's not top big secret, that his remark was he pays a lot of sales tax there.
Correct. Without getting too into that, Councilman, we did speak to that, you and I, and we haven't opened a case on that particular individual business for the noise. The process begins with 3 warnings before citations are issued. So the officer that's handling that case is a Tuesday through Friday schedule, so he'll meet tomorrow. So tomorrow I can get some information, we can find out where we are on that case. But the process begins with 3 warnings followed by 3 citations and then legal prosecution. So it is underway, so.
Okay, with that, I don't think there's anything else. I will pass it on to my colleague to my right.
Okay, Councilmember Frank Talavera.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight. I share the same sentiments as our Councilmember Kearney, and I'm glad that Michael's on top of it already. And to the comments about Sean, we're going to miss him. and he's a great loss, but I think all of us are going to do what we can to make sure we get as close to a clone of Sean Moore as possible. You know, no one does the job the same anywhere you go. But that's what we're going to strive for, to get someone that cares about Lawndale, that wants to do their best for Lawndale, that's on top of it also. I know Sean was a 24/7 type of guy, and the other guy, you say, oh, wait a minute, I got some boundaries here. You know, we can't force anyone to work 24/7 unless we're going to pay them 24/7. But it goes back to the person's work ethic and with what they want. So in the role of city manager, that's what we're going to be looking for. We're going to do our best. I'm going to do my best to contribute to the best selection as possible from the candidates that we have. And after that selection is made, it is up to the residents to bring those concerns back to us. So that way we can rectify the situation. We can say, this is what our expectations are. You know, when we selected you, this is what we wanted, and this is what our residents want. So we're going to do the best. I'm going to do the best, and I'm sure my colleagues will do the best too. We don't want a slacker. We don't want someone that's going to put us on hold for every conversation that we want to have, but we're going to do what we can to get the best qualified and personable person to be here. Because that's one thing is for sure, that when you come into a city building, even a school district, you know, we already have a hesitation because it's official. But when that person smiles and makes himself available and opens themselves to you, then you feel you're welcomed, and that what your concern is important. So we're going to try to do that, and I'm sorry for what's been going on, and yeah, I think it is a long time because anyone that can spare $2,500, you know, for such a long time, it's pretty stretchy. And deliveries on the trucking, well, you know, I'm glad that that's going to be taken care of too. So thank you for being here once again. And for that,
You good?
I'm finished.
Councilwoman Suarez.
I'd like to thank everybody that's here, everybody that's watching. Thank you and Happy New Year. My colleagues spoke a lot about most of the items. And yes, I'd like to also say that we are going to work really hard to find someone that knows their job, knows it well, collaborates with the community, someone who's honest, and someone that, you know, is a good city manager. So with that, I'll just pass it along, but thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Cuevas.
First of all, Happy New Year to everyone, and thank you for spending our first meeting of 2026 with us here. They all already responded to the questions. I'm also looking for a strong city manager that will focus on the community, like Sean did, and that is listening to our staff and to the residents. So hopefully this decision, it's not going to be quick, because if we're going to select the proper city manager, it might take a little bit, but we're going to get it right as close as Sean. I don't think we're going to get another Sean, but we'll try to get something as close as Sean that will listen to our community, our residents, that our city managers basically our voice, and he needs to interact with you more than we do, and also have the open door policy that every city manager should have. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm going to say ditto, ditto, and ditto, and ditto. That's what you used to say. But I will add this. I am interested in the fact that it takes too long to get a refund on the fireworks. So if we can speed that process up, that'd be great. Also, the truck noise at, I'm glad we got that rectified with Sprouts.
That was a long time.
Yeah.
But you did it, yeah.
Okay. But now we need to focus on the Boulevard flowers. Okay, I'm with you there because at nighttime, early in the morning, that's when someone wakes you up with some noise that you're not expecting, you can't get to sleep. And it ruins your whole sleep, right? And probably the rest of your day because that sets the tone for the rest of your day, your work day, as well as even if you don't go to work that day. So I'm very interested in making sure that the noise is abated at that early morning hours, particularly by Boulevard Flowers. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. With that, we're going to move our agenda. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for coming out, by the way, and Happy New Year's. Let's move our agenda. Let's go to our consent calendar.
If there's no additions or subtractions, I'll make a motion to accept as written.
Okay, the motion's been made by Mr. Pat Kearney that we approve the consent calendar,
I'll second.
seconded by Televere. Any discussion on the motion? Madam City Clerk.
I'm waiting for Councilmember Suarez. For the consent calendar, the motion passes unanimously.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is item 6, the review of the City Council ad hoc subcommittees and standing committees. Let's have the staff report.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. Yvette Palomo, Assistant City Clerk. This report is to request that the City Council review the current appointment lists of the ad hoc subcommittees and the standing committees to determine if there are any modifications needed to the members, and also to review the subcommittees to determine if any of them can be dissolved. Staff is seeking City Council direction, and that concludes my report, and happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Okay, let's focus on the ones that we think we may want to dissolve first. Is there any we think we have ran this course? Okay, seeing us, so we'll keep all these, right? So what is the pleasure of this body concerning this? Let's hear from Suarez.
I've served on the budget ad hoc committee for the past 2 years. I'd like to give somebody else a chance to sit on that one.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear from Pat Kearney.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to stay on all the ones I'm on right now.
Okay. Okay. Let's hear from Shirley Cuevas.
I would like to be part of the Hispanic American contributions festival planning, and if possible, in the budget.
Okay, with that one, we have 2 members already on that one, and Pat has indicated that he wants to stay on. How many members can we have on that the committee? Only 2?
By Brown Act, a
Yeah.
standing committee or ad hoc has to top out at 2, otherwise it becomes an agendized meeting because you'd have a quorum.
Okay, let's hear from Televere.
Yeah, I'd like to volunteer for the Budget Committee.
Okay, we'll put you on the budget committee. You good? Yes, ma'am, Suarez.
I'd like to nominate Shirley for the Hispanic Heritage Subcommittee. So if we can take it to a vote, since it looks like, well, it looks like there's 3 people, but Frank was the one that came up with the idea, so I'd prefer him to stay. And then for the Hispanic, I'd, like to nominate Shirley since Pat already got an opportunity last year.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. City Attorney, can we take one big motion, or do we need to take them all separately?
Really, it depends on how the council wants to handle it. If you have individual matters that you have to take separately on your way to a final approval, you can do that. If you want to wait and do one big motion, you can do that. It really is going to kind of depend on, are there other committees changing, or do we really just have, kind of a couple of key questions? So yes, individual votes are okay. Probably by voice vote so that it won't mess with the system, but certainly that's fine.
Okay, why don't we just do a voice vote on this one?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I will take myself off of that committee because I know how the vote's going to go,
Okay, thank you.
okay?
Okay, so that committee would be made of Talavera and Cuevas. That's here from Talavera.
Oh, I wanted to volunteer for the Business Revitalization Subcommittee.
Okay. Okay, great. So the members of that committee is myself and Councilwoman Bernadette Suarez. Do you plan on staying on that committee?
I would like to stay on that committee.
Okay, I would like to stay on that committee as well.
So do you need to vote on that? Because I'm going to recommend Councilman Talavera for that committee. Or,
For two.
Yeah,
You would have to vote for two if both of us are not planning to. So you'd pick two names.
yeah. So far we have two, because I would like to stay on that committee. And Talavera would like to stay on the committee as well. I mean, not Talavera. Yeah, Talavera and Bernadette wants to be on the committee. But Talavera would be new to the committee.
So you're saying to replace me?
Yes.
Okay, so can each member then say which names they would vote for and then do it that way? Because then I'll just nominate myself and Frank.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Yeah, why not?
We're allowed to choose which committees we want to serve on. I mean, we were elected and we each have a vote, so I think it's fair for each of us to express it. That's what a council is all about.
Now, let me make sure I understand.
I'd like to nominate Frank Talavera to be on the committee, which one, the committee is?
Business
The
Revitalization.
Business Revitalization.
Okay. I have no problem with that, with Frank being on it, on Business Revitalization Committee.
Can I ask for a point of clarification? Does the mayor select who the members are, or does the council, or is it either majority or the mayor?
It's an interesting, in a city with a directly elected mayor, the mayor has the appointment power, but it's with the advice or with the consent of the council. So the mayor can technically make the appointments on their own, because again, this is a directly elected mayoral city, so the statute reads differently. The practice in Lawndale has always been to have the council, essentially come in and, in my history here, we haven't had to have votes on it, but that the council sort of says to the mayor, this is what we want. So technically, by government code, it is the mayor's appointment, but your practice has been what it's been.
Then I will respect that, because I do believe in following procedural, if that is the procedure. And if you could send me a copy of it too, because I always like to read and.
Sure, yeah,
keep
happy
up to
to.
date.
Okay, with that being the case, I want to appoint myself and Frank on the Business Revitalization Ad Hoc Subcommittee. Anyone else? Or should we,
I just have one
the
question.
committee
Are
should
we-
stay?
Are we voting on this? Or is this just,
Well, essentially what you guys are doing is making your recommendation, because as the city attorney pointed out, these are the appointments for the mayor to make officially. So you guys are making your recommendation, which I'm inclined to go with them. Inclined to go with them. But my question is, should we go through all of these, or you guys had a chance to go through them already? So, hearing none, should they stand as is, except for the ones we just brought up? Because I have indicated I want to continue on the ones that I'm on now, and Pat Kearney has indicated he wants to stay on the ones that he's on now, and we've added Frank Talavera to the Business Revitalization Committee, and in the Hispanic Committee, we added Cuevas.
And Mr. Mayor, Councilmember Suarez indicated that she was going to step down from budget, and both Mayor Pro Tem Cuevas and Councilmember Talavera indicated that they would be interested in that seat. So I know that that one's still up for discussion.
Okay,
And one
okay,
other-
that's great. Let's do that.
and one other question. The only reason I ask is because the recommendation says that the city council review and direct staff. And so it was confusing because it doesn't say that the mayor, so. But I follow the code, so.
Okay, thank you. What is the pleasure of this body concerning the rest of this? Should it
I'll make a motion to,
stand as is, or should we
Well,
do something else?
if Frank wants to be in the budget, I'll just keep whatever else I have. That's fine. Because I threw my name in there for the
Oh.
budget too.
Oh, okay.
So I'll go ahead and remove my name from budget.
Okay, thank you.
And then I'm okay with the rest of it.
Okay,
I'll second that motion.
okay.
We are voting?
It can be, you can do a formal vote, you can, by unanimous consent, direct that the rest of these move forward as is.
Well, it sounds like we got anonymous consent, so let's do
No,
that.
I'm a no.
You
because
a
of
no
that
on which one?
So if we could take the business one separate vote, then I'm a,
Okay, let's do that. So the rest of them will be done by unanimous consent. We'll vote on the business revitalization. Is there a motion on that one?
I'll make a motion.
Okay. That, the motion is what, that you ratify the mayor's appointment?
Right. With the exception of the,
So this is just for the Business Revitalization Ad Hoc Subcommittee. The rest of
Yeah.
them, the mayor said would be unanimous consent,
Yeah.
and the only objection was as to Business Revitalization Ad Hoc Subcommittee. So that's the
Yes.
one in front of you now.
Okay, so the motion been made by Pat Kearney. I'll second the motion. Any discussion on the motion? Will the council please vote?
The motion passes with Councilmember Suarez and Mayor Pro Tem Cuevas voting no.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we'll move our agenda. Okay, item 7, proposed rate increase for solid waste. Let's have the staff report.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. The report tonight is related to the proposed rate increase requested by Republic Services for the collection of solid waste and recycling. In 2019, the city entered into a 7-year franchise agreement with Republic Services to provide citywide residential, multifamily, and commercial trash and recycling collection services. That agreement took effect on January 1st, 2020, and it runs through December 31st of this year, 2026, with an option for the city to extend it for up to 2 additional years. Under the terms of the current agreement, Republic Services is allowed to request an annual rate adjustment. Any adjustment must be based strictly on changes in the Consumer Price Index for trash and garbage collection as published by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. For calendar year 2026, Republic Services submitted a request for a rate increase of 4.5%. Staff reviewed the request, verified the CPI calculations, and confirmed that the increase was calculated correctly and in accordance with the franchise agreement. Because this is a rate increase, Proposition 218 applies. Proposition 218 requires the city to notify all affected property owners and ratepayers, provide them with the opportunity to protest the increase, and hold a public hearing before any new rates can be adopted. This proposed increase would affect 12,347 parcels citywide. In order to stop this increase, the city would need to receive 6,175 or more valid protests, which represents a majority protest under Prop 218. If a majority protest is not received, the City Council may adopt the proposed rates. Notices will be mailed to all affected property owners and ratepayers using the LA County Assessor's parcel roll. The notice includes the date and time of the public hearing, which is scheduled for March 2nd, 2026 at 6:30 p.m., along with a protest ballot that recipients may submit any time up until the close of that public hearing. If approved, the proposed rates would take effect on January 1st, 2026. For residential customers, the proposed increase is 4.5%, which varies by the cart size, and it includes the senior discount rates. For commercial and multifamily customers, rates would also increase by 4.5%, depending on the container size and collection frequency. The full rate schedules were included in Attachment B. Staff finds that the proposed rates are consistent with the franchise agreement, have been properly calculated, and comply with Prop 218 requirements. The city attorney has reviewed and approved the notice and protest ballot. Tonight's recommendation is for the City Council to approve the Prop 218 notice and protest ballot and authorize staff to proceed with mailing them to all of the affected property owners and solid waste customers. This concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you for that report. Are there any questions of the report? Let's hear from Cuevas.
Does Consolidated send those notices out, or does the city send them out?
Republic Services is responsible for the mailing, and I have a sample of what the mailing will look like so that you can understand how it will look. It has like two-tone colors to make it stand out, make the important information stand out, the headings of this notice. The envelope is from the city, and it says that important information is enclosed. So hopefully it will stand out in people's mail.
Do they give us a report? Because when we did the previous increase, I never saw that notice.
So we get an official receipt from the U.S. Post Office noting how many letters were mailed and all of the pertinent information, date, time, quantity, and what office they came out of. So we get an official U.S. Post Office receipt.
Do you know if we post anything in our city webpage or social media to remind our residents?
Well, we definitely have always posted on the website this information, and we certainly can post it on our social media platforms.
Okay. If it's okay, once those letters get mailed out, if we could start posting it on our social media platform.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. We can absolutely do that on all our social media. There'll be no problem.
For sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's hear from Councilmember
Yeah,
Talavera.
I wanted to ask, on the receipt that we get, is it notified, or are we notified how many of the mail is returned as non-deliverable, or?
No, so not from the post office, but because it has the Public Works return address, we get all of the returned undeliverable envelopes, and we keep track of that, of those parcels.
And in the past, how many returns do we receive?
There's a good amount, maybe like 50, between 50 to 100 are returned from the 12,000 that are mailed out.
All right, thank you.
Well, let me ask you this. Going back to, we're following up with what the councilman asked you. So we're doing one mailer. We're doing one mailer, right?
Yes.
So there won't be a chance to do another mailer that you can purge, the list.
No, we do one mailer. It has to be 45 days before the public hearing, and then the public hearing takes place. So to do a second mailer would throw that timeline.
And Mayor, the envelope, the mailer not only has the explanation, it actually has the protest ballot enclosed. So if you mailed the protest ballot a second time, there's a chance that somebody could submit two when they're only eligible to submit one because they don't understand that it's just a repeat. So you want to be careful about those.
Okay, got it. Thank you for that clarification. Madam Pro Tem.
I just thought of this. If a family has fourplex or triplex, does each individual property get it, or does the owner get that?
So each ratepayer or property owner receives the mailer, but only one protest ballot is counted for that parcel.
Okay, thank you.
So that brings me to another question. So let's say you own two properties in Lawndale. Will you get a chance to vote twice?
One for each property.
One for each property? Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you. You good? Okay, so thank you for that report. What is the pleasure of this body concerning this report?
All motion to approve?
I'll second it.
Okay. It's been motioned that we approve by Cuevas and seconded by Mr. Pat Kearney. Is there any discussion? Would the council please vote?
For item number 7, the motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you for that report. Item 8, appropriate funding for the Public Works and City Hall Facility Needs Project.
Dear Honorable Mayor and City Council, I am Nabi Siddiqui, Public Works Assistant Engineer. I am here to present item number 8, which is appropriating funding for the Public Works and City Hall Facility Needs Project. Back in May of 2024, the City Council awarded the Public Works and City Hall Facility Needs Project to Developers General Contracting in the amount of $2,992,010. The scope of work for this project consisted of upgrading both the Public Works and City Hall facilities. We upgraded the flooring, the kitchens, the restrooms, new cabinetry, and a lot of other miscellaneous items. The project is expected to be completed by the end of next month, so February of 2026. And we have remained within budget for this whole project with the original scope, but there were some emergency repairs that took place, which were outside of the original scope, and that's what we are coming to you to request for additional funding for. These emergency repairs consisted of the men's restroom at the City Hall facility here. It got clogged due to a collapsed pipe, and we also have a broken lobby sliding door in the front that was deteriorating and couldn't lock. So we had to take care of those two as soon as possible. We are requesting that we use the ARPA funding that is available for this in the amount of $50,421.29. Therefore, staff recommends that the City Council authorize the appropriation of funds in the amount of $50,421.29 for the final repairs to the Public Works and City Hall Facility Needs Project, and to also approve of the Fourth Amendment to the Developer General Contracting Incorporation Agreement to increase it by $50,421.29. That concludes my report. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the report. And are there any questions of the report?
If not, I make a motion to accept staff recommendation with attachments.
I'll second that.
Okay, the motion's been made by Kearney and seconded by Cuevas. Any discussion on the motion? Will the council please vote?
For item number 8, the motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Okay, let's have the city manager's report. Anything to report?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Happy New Year, everyone. Hope everyone had wonderful holidays. Nothing to report from the acting city manager.
Okay, thank you. Items from council members. Let's hear from Pat Kearney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I attended 2 events. The first one was the 2025 Wall of Distinction ceremony. Mayor Pro Tem Cuevas and I were there. We had a great time. They had a script that was 4 pages long that I had to read. It was fun. The Lawndale Women's Club was put on the wall, and I believe, I forget his name, and his son, brother,
Yeah, Paul.
oh, yeah, Anus, were inducted to the Wall of Distinction. I also attended the City of Lawndale Employee Recognition and Holiday Dinner at Top Golf. I've never seen so many hackers in my life out there trying to play golf. It was a joke. But I had a great time and well attended. And I do want to remind everybody that has a Metro on their mind that sometime this month, Metro is supposed to have their board meeting. I heard it was the 5th. I heard it was coming up on the 14th, but keep an ear out because it is sometime this month in January. And with that, I'll pass it on, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Frank Talavera.
Okay, just hope that everyone had a wonderful Christmas with family and friends, and that everyone received the new year with hope and joy, looking forward to the challenges and opportunities of the new year brings to us. I also attended the December 18th Employee Recognition and Holiday Social. My first time at Top Golf. Needless to say, I'm not a golfer. But it was fun. It was good to interact and mingle with the city staff in a non-official capacity, and we had a lot of fun there too, so I was happy to be there. I just wanted to ask the city manager, acting city manager, that during the last year, we often received a list of pending items that were being taken into consideration. So I'd like to know if we can get an updated list of those items, so that way we can go ahead and not and begin to act on them, do what we have to do, and they're not put on the shelf and we're forgetting about them. And I want to thank Michael Reyes for stepping up as acting city manager. Thank you for stepping up and taking the spot right now in the absence of our interim, which is Raylette. So I just want to appreciate you for taking the bull by the horns. Also, at this night, I want to express my condolences to the Covarubio family, Lawndale High alumni and residents of Lawndale for many, many years. Their mom passed away last Saturday at the age of 96. And I was conferring with Pat about a story that they told me, that their house that sits on Gravilla actually was on 154th, where the freeway was. So the family bought the house and then had it moved over here to Gravilla. And I said, Pat, do you remember that? He says, yeah, we used to play on the freeway.
The place to play on the freeway before it was built.
Yeah. So, and I had never known that part of the history. But so the Covarubos have been in Lawndale since then. Before the freeway was here, they bought that house and moved it over to Gravilla. So I just want to give my condolences to the Covarubio family. They are athletic, also famous for at Lawndale High. All the sons wore number 33, and when the second and third generation came and went to Lawndale, they also were number 33. So they have close ties to Lawndale, and I just want to express to them the condolences on behalf of our city and and also close friends for the Covarrubias family. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilwoman Bernadette Suarez.
Yes, I had also did attend the city employee appreciation end of the year, and I was one of those people that could not golf. And then I did also get a chance, I was invited for an educational oil symposium. It's about the state of the oil industry and the refineries and how we're facing closures, but the demand for oil has not gone down. So it was very educational. I learned a lot, considering we're surrounded by numbers. So that's supposed to impact a lot of things. So it was very interesting, and I learned a lot, and looking forward to learn more. But with that, I just want to wish everyone a Happy New Year, and thank you for coming.
Okay. Mayor Pro Tem Cuevas.
All right, like Pat said, I attended the Wall of Distinction unveiling. Congratulations to those new names that were put up on that wall. And I attended the employee recognition and holiday dinner. I want to thank staff for another great event, holiday event. Thank you for your hard work. It's greatly appreciated, and thank you for including us in your event, because it was for you. We did have fun. We did all play golf, but this was a thank you to you guys for all your hard work. And with that, I'll pass it along.
Oh, thank you. I too attended the employees recognition and appreciation dinner at Top Golf. Top Golf, in case you haven't been there, is fabulous. I mean, I was in awe because that was my first time being there, and it's spectacular. So I would suggest that everyone in the South Bay, especially in Lawndale, if you have a chance to go to Top Golf, it's right up the street in El Segundo. But the employees was what it was all about. Recognizing employees for their hard work and their dedication. We gave out some plaques for some of the employees that reached milestones in their career, serving the city of Lawndale and our residents and our business community. And for that, we really are appreciative. And we did have some fun. We had fun. And the food wasn't bad either. Huh? The food was pretty good too. So just for those reasons, I'm going to suggest everyone go to Top Golf. I did also attend lunch with the seniors. I always like to have lunch with the seniors. I hadn't been over there in a while, but I hadn't been over there for a while, but I surprised them. Actually, that was today. I had some time on my hand because I'm working from home, and so that was a good luncheon today. So that's all I have. So with that, we will move our agenda to closed session. We got 2 closed sessions. I'm going to ask the city attorney to give us the what do you call it that we're going under?
Give the code sections. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the code section. Yeah, there you go.
We will be going in to discuss an item of potential litigation under Government Code 54956.9D2, conferring on an item the facts and circumstances of which are not known to the plaintiffs, and also to discuss under 54957B the appointment of a city manager. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we have returned from closed session. I'm going to ask the city attorney to give the report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The council was briefed on both items and had a discussion, but no reportable action under the Brown Act was taken this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, it's adjournment time. The regular meeting that was scheduled on January 19th was canceled by order of the city council on November 3rd, 2025. Therefore, the next regular scheduled meeting of the Lawndale City Council will be held on February 2nd, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. in these here chambers, and we are adjourned.